The engine hummed. Music blared from the car speakers. Best friends Max, Lily, Sam and Chloe were on a road trip. They were excited about their adventure. Their destination was a music festival a few hours away. They had been planning this trip for months. Laughter filled the car. They felt free. They felt alive. The GPS beeped. It instructed them to turn onto a side road. This was a shortcut. It would save them an hour. The road was narrow and dark. Ancient trees formed a canopy overhead. They felt a shiver run down their spines. Something didn't feel right. The GPS beeped again. It had lost the signal. The friends were officially lost. The woods grew darker. The air felt heavy. They decided to keep driving. They hoped to find their way back to the main road. They rounded a bend. There, nestled in the valley, was a town. It looked old. It looked abandoned. A weathered sign stood by the road. It read, "Welcome to Silent Hollow." They felt a glimmer of hope. Maybe they could find help there. The friends drove into Silent Hollow. It was eerily quiet. The houses were old and dilapidated. Most of them were boarded up. The streetlights were dark. The town square was deserted. There wasn't a soul in sight. Max stopped the car by a park bench. An old man sat there feeding the birds. He was the only sign of life they had seen. They asked the old man for directions. He didn't look up from his birds.
"Turn back, this town doesn't like strangers."
His voice was weak, it was shaky. The friends exchanged nervous glances. Section 4. The town that time forgot. The friends decided to ignore the old man's warning. They needed to find a phone, they needed to get directions, so they drove further into town. The houses were all empty, the windows were like vacant eyes. The clocks on the church tower were frozen. They were stuck at 3:33. Lily noticed something strange. The trees seemed to be closing in on the town. Their branches were gnarled and twisted. They had leaves, but they looked dead. The air grew colder. The friends felt uneasy. Section 5. Nightfall. The sun began to set. Shadows stretched across the town. The friends found themselves back in the town square. They were right where they started. They were trapped. The darkness seemed to amplify the silence. It was deafening. They felt eyes watching them. They felt breaths on their necks. But when they turned around, there was no one there. They decided to spend the night in the car. They hoped that someone would find them in the morning. They locked the doors. They rolled up the windows. But they couldn't shake the feeling that they were not alone. Section 6. Secrets Revealed. They found an old book in the glove compartment. It was a diary. It belonged to a girl who once lived in Silent Hollow. She wrote about a curse. She wrote about the town's dark secret. A group of people had been unjustly accused of witchcraft. They were burned at the stake. Before they died, they cursed the town. The diary said that the spirits of the accused still haunted Silent Hollow. They were trapped there. They were seeking revenge. The friends' blood ran cold. Could this be real? Was the town really cursed?